The movie map was done in roughly 1979 to 1982, okay? And for a time after that, it was exciting and it was interesting to people, and you could talk about it and they could see that it was opening doors in their mind to different ways of thinking about interactivity and different ways of thinking about visuals and computing together. The architecture machine, predecessor to the media laboratory, took the entire group to Aspen, Colorado. And they got in a truck with a bunch of cameras mounted on top and drove up and down every street in the town of Aspen and around every corner and took photographs of all the buildings and created maps and synthesized satellite views that you could look at any scale and put that all together. And sending an entire research group to a ski resort. None of us got near the slopes. What was the result of that? The result of that was a project called the Movie Map. And the Movie Map actually did everything that Street View does. You can look at a map at any scale. You can look at a real view or satellite view at any scale. And you can actually move and drive down the street. Of course, we did it in a clunky fashion, and so on, is the basis for something that billions of people all around the world use today. But that was more than a generation ago. And so the project was largely forgotten. And when Google did street maps, they had no knowledge of the movie map. There is no chain of heredity involved in that. It was literally reinvented by them. And they discovered it later. Were we committed to geography? In part. But we were mostly committed to the notion of this kind of interactivity as a learning mechanism. Because you could also imagine flying through the solar system and stopping in and looking at planets, or swimming through the bloodstream and taking detours to stop in and learn about organs. So we thought less about scaling that kind of project to encompass the geography of the world. And sometimes I regret not having looked at it that way. But we were thinking of it as a broader kind of interactive learning tool. It's critically important that if you want to have the license to invent and the license to innovate and create new things, you have to qualify. You can't simply propose it as a paper proposal. And so all of the work that was done in the predecessor groups that formed the core of the Media Lab at its start was work that demonstrated that we could follow through, that we could do it, and therefore you can invest and join and work with us and expect us to be able to continue to do that work. And that's been true at every time throughout the life of the laboratory. It's always relied on the proof of the things that we could do to give us the freedom or the permission, however you want to put it, to go and take the next step.